How did you feel as the one and only American in the famous British group Monty Python?
Well, it gave the others a chance to feel superior because I didn't speak the language as well as they did. So because they felt superior, they relaxed, and I was able to do all the things I really wanted to do. The others had to work more like equals, but I had more freedom. It was very nice. I also learned to speak English at the same time.
When, how, and why did you work in France with René Goscinny?
That was a long time ago. That was in, I think, 1965. And I had been auto-stopping around Europe, and I had run out of money, and I needed to get back to America. And I knew René Goscinny from a dinner in New York, and I called him. He was the editor of Pilote, and I said, I need some money. And he said, okay, here are 2 pages in Pilote. Fill them with drawings. He gave me money. I got home.
Berthold, you know where the rest of the gang are?
Not a clue. Oh!
This is precisely the sort of thing that no one ever believes. Right, Berthold. You go first, then Sally.
Careful.
Off you go.
That's it. Finito. There's no more rope. Mind out. I'm coming back up.
Wait a moment. Here. Tie this to the end of it.
Where'd you get this from?
I cut it from the top.
From the top?
Naturally. Where else do you think I'd get it from?
But,
Yes. Splice it to the end so that we may continue our descent.
Oh, very clever. Great. Why didn't I think of that? That's why he's a baron and I'm a pro.
Oh!
After Georges Méliès, the Third Reich, Jean Image, and the Czechs, why one more film about Munchausen, eh, Mr. Smart Guy?
Because mine is better, I think. None of them really captured quite the madness of the original Munchausen.
Why did you choose John Neville and not Sean Connery, Marlon Brando, or Paul Newman, or even Peter O'Toole? Why?
I just prefer to have a character that exists only in that particular film.
Life is rather like a game. It's important that you win. And though it seems a terrible shame if you lie and cheat, play us and win the game.
You spent $40 million on this version of Munchausen. How close is it to your original idea? 100%? Maybe more? Maybe less? What?
It's probably about 80% of the film we began. But this has happened on every film I've done. Brazil, I had to lose great amounts, also on Time Bandits. The important thing is that the film, when it's finished, it still is the film I intended. The essence is there. And I think if I'd been able to do exactly what I planned, we'd still be shooting the film right now, and Italy would probably be the richest country in the world, and all the studios would be bankrupt, and it would take 10 hours to watch the film, so I've compromised a little bit.
David Putnam was fired, did you fear the new director?
It was a worrying thing because I had a lot of confidence in Putnam, and I knew him and I trusted him. In fact, the new people had been fine. What was interesting is they were so busy fighting for position and stabbing each other in the back when the new people came in that they didn't notice we were making a film. So we had total freedom to make the film the way we wanted to. So, yeah, it was all right.
How do you react when they call you the Anglo-Saxon Federico Fellini, eh?
That's a wonderful compliment. I can die happy now.
Now, Terry, can you explain to us the problems you had with Brazil in the United States?
Yeah, the film had been released in Europe and was successful, but it was a different distributor in America, and they felt that the Americans were less sophisticated than the Europeans and that we needed to have a happy ending on this film. And I said, this is not possible. This is not the story we agreed to tell at the beginning. And if you want to do a different story, then we'll make another film. And so I had this very long fight that took 9 or 10 months to get the film released. We ended having to have secret screenings for the Los Angeles critics, and at the end of the year they voted for the best films, and they discovered in the laws of their organization that the film didn't actually have to be released, and they managed to vote it Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Screenplay, and at that point Universal couldn't bury the film anymore, and out it came.
You said, if you don't shoot, you're not happy. If you shoot, you're not happy either. What is it with you, kid? What is it, huh?
This is a problem, isn't it? I think the best thing is for me to die, and then I'll be happy. But I will wait a couple of years for that.
Is it true that for your next film you surrendered to the power of Hollywood?
Yes, I sold out totally. I've sold my soul to Hollywood. I've always said I would never make a film that I didn't write, and I wouldn't work for a Hollywood producer, and I wouldn't work directly for a studio. So, because I've said this for so long, I thought it was time to do it. And I've agreed to do a film called Watchmen, which is based on a big cult comic. I think it's been published in France now. It's called Les Gardiens, and it's very interesting. It changes the pace of my life. Maybe I'll be happy.
Now, Terry, as a last question, could you please tell us the story of the clown Pagliacci?
There's a man who comes to a psychiatrist and says, I'm miserable, my wife has left me, my children have died, I've lost all my money, I want to commit suicide, I can't carry on. And the psychiatrist says to him, well, I have the answer for your problems. Go tonight, see the great clown Pagliacci, he will change your life. And he says, I am Pagliacci.
Et pour être sûr de ne rien rater de Inarditube, abonnez-vous et mettez un pouce bleu.